Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at some balance changes that we need to see right now in Brawl. So obviously there's been quite a while without any changes, any updates, because the development team had been on vacation, but I believe they will be coming back from vacation very soon and starting to work on the update potentially, and also some changes as well. So yeah, we're looking at what potentially these balance changes could be. Obviously let me know down below in the comments what changes, nerfs and buffs you would like to see to different Brawl. Of course, make sure you're smashing the like button. It literally costs you nothing, so make sure you're liking the video if you haven't already, and of course make sure you're subscribed. I would really appreciate it. And if you're picking anything up in the shop and you want to support me, you can use code TOM. Let's get right into the video. Okay, so first up, I would love to see a buff for Squeak. I don't know if you guys feel like Squeak is just so weak, but compared to most of the brawlers in the game, you just don't see Squeak at all. And the main reason for that is because by the time you like shoot and it explodes, like there is so much time for the enemies just to run away, and in particular against aggressive brawlers like Stu and the tanks, which are very like prominent in the meta right now, that they can just run away from it so easily, it's just no good. Let's be honest, like by the time you shoot, you know, people can run away and it just takes so long to explode. So what I would do to buff Squeak is kind of reduce this time from when you shoot till that like actual projectile kind of blows up and does the damage, because that right now it's just too long of a gap that it basically gives people so much time to get away. Surge maybe gonna TP. Okay, looks like Surge didn't TP. We are just gonna get destroyed here. Not really much we could do. That's gonna be a rip here. But yeah, Squeak definitely needs a buff right now. Okay, so the next buff I would like to see would be actually be kind of a Gale buff. So obviously we have this new Gale gadget, and I made a video on my second channel saying that it was like a trash gadget. It's not too bad, this gadget, and by the way, that was probably like one of my most hated videos ever, and we still have not seen Gale in competitive, because as I thought, this gadget is not good enough to make Gale meta just because Gale is so bad, and we still don't see Gale anywhere in competitive. You know, it's not broken. Gale is, you know, the gadget's okay, right? It's like usable in a few kind of circumstances, sometimes on like siege to block the boss, and I guess against tanks it could be okay as well, and maybe on a few maps it could be okay. But the thing is that Gale just doesn't have strong like fundamental kind of ability just to be able to kill tanks. Like there's so many better like counters. One thing that Gale really struggles with is like this wall peek, because you can't really get your whole shot around the wall. So even if you do, you're not dealing too much damage, and that's why Gale is like one of the worst brawlers in the game right now. Well, looks like we got a noob over here. We're gonna take that kill, but yeah, I think the gadget's a start, but you need kind of higher damage. I think the one thing you could do is buff the first gadget, is that jump pad back to the original range. That would 100% make Gale meta on some maps, some like siege maps. Obviously when that gadget was meta, like it came out, you could just put a jump pad that went like the full range. It didn't have like this tiny half range thing that it does now, and Gale was actually pretty meta. It looks like we're gonna pick up this kill here. So what I would like to see, yeah, would be like either just a buff to Gale's just damage or soup or something like that, or just a buff to looks like we're gonna get this kill, or just a buff to that first gadget, because the second gadget's pretty good. But I think if the first one goes back to what it used to be, that would definitely bring Gale back into the meta. Okay, so next up we're gonna have Spike, and now I have a few changes for Spike, so listen to me before you start hating, because I don't want Spike to be nerfed either. Okay, so what I'm proposing is like basically a rework of the gadgets, or not a rework, but it's just some nerfs and buffs to make them a little more balanced, because right now this second gadget is so good, and that first one like really has no kind of use cases and value whatsoever. So what I would do is this second gadget, right now you're gonna get 3.5k HP, so I'd like reduce that to 2.5k. It's still gonna be really good and still tank a ton of shots, so yeah, that's still gonna be really good. And then I would actually buff the first gadget to make it a little more viable, because right now like you just don't see the first gadget anywhere, because obviously this gadget is really good. So I'd buff that gadget a little bit. It looks like Primo is gonna jump on us here, but we just deal so much damage. That's gonna be a rip for Primo there. So I'd buff the first gadget. So either you could just do it the normal way, just like buffing damage or range or something like that, or there are little spikes that come out. But I think it'd be a cool change to have those spikes like break walls. So you know, everywhere you're shooting around, it just like every time one of those spikes when you use your gadget hits somebody, it's gonna break, or hits a wall, it's gonna break that wall. And then that'd kind of be a cool mechanic, I think. Or of course you could just buff the range, buff the damage. That'd be a kind of basic, pretty simple buff you could do. But I would like to see it break walls because it's pretty underwhelming right now, especially compared to this gadget. It does look like Edgar's gonna run away. I think he was trying to signal that there is somebody down here. We will have to check. Let's see. Okay, there is gonna be a Mortis. Mortis is of course just gonna run up, probably run away from us. If we can actually push this Mortis into the Edgar, it would kind of be ideal here. Gonna put this down. Mortis is gonna be running away. I do want to go and get this Edgar actually quickly before we go and get this Mortis. Edgar's probably going to jump back. Looks like that is going to be a kill. 12 cubes here. This is going to be a dub. So Mortis, come on buddy. Let's wrap it up here. He knows he's going to die. Looks like he's still trying to stay alive. Like he's wasting all of his shots, so he can't actually kill me here. I hope not. Okay, we almost choked that. Anyway, let's get into the next one. Okay, so next up, I would love to see a Mortis buff, so like a just a reload speed buff, because obviously he got hit pretty hard with the recent changes to only spawning with like 1 ammo. Mortis is just pretty bad right now, so yeah, I would definitely love to see a change like that, because it's just tough. Like for Mortis in particular, you have to charge all your shots up before you even start charging your code snake, which is obviously the best thing about Mortis. So I feel like Mortis was hit pretty hard compared to some other brawlers with the recent changes. It looks like we are going to get our super back here. That's going to be a kill, and we should be able to wrap things up. Looks like Nita just passed him the ball, which obviously is not a good idea. We can maybe score this though. Let's see. Crow is going to pass it. Okay, not going to pass it to us though. Gonna get knocked back here. We're actually gonna run away. We are gonna get hit by a Colt quite a bit, but we're about to get super though, so potentially we can make a play. Let's see. Okay, no, we're gonna get BB bubble to the face. Let's see if Nita can clutch up here. Looks like BB's gonna be healing, but yeah, that's what a change I'd love to see, because when you respawn, you gotta charge 2 shots up, and then you gotta charge your code snake ability up, and it just takes so long. Like I felt like you're just out of the game for so long with Mortis. It looks like connected kill. Nita, shoot him maybe. Oh no, we're gonna go down here. That's gonna be a goal conceded, but it does look like Cold and Ems both wasted super here, so we're in a good position still, and yeah, we should be fine. We're gonna have to charge up a Cold Snake, which obviously it's gonna take a little bit of time here. We're gonna start to dash up. Okay, we got our super here. Gonna actually hit all of them with that, so some pretty nice value. And then we got our super back. My teammates should be able to score this unless they choke. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up in this one. Let's get into the next one. Okay, so next up we have obviously the Stu Nerf, which everybody has been asking for. I'm not really too sure like how you could nerf Stu. Obviously this gadget does need a nerf. I don't know if it could work, but potentially there could be a way where you don't actually get your super for free with this gadget. Essentially what it would just be like when you next have your super, like you can use the same ability, it's just not going to give you your super. So I think that could nerf the gadget a little bit, but obviously Stu is still broken before this gadget. So it's not only this gadget which does need to be nerfed, it is just Stu in general. It looks like Buzz is gonna be trying to pick up the kill here. We're actually gonna be able to sneak away potentially here, just about. A lot of teaming going on in this lobby, but we will try our best to kill these teamers as per usual. Looks like, okay, Colette's actually gonna help us out here, which is actually pretty nice. I'm just gonna grab my super off him. Not gonna try and target him too much, because we do have some Franks here, which obviously we need some help with. So I think potentially you could add like a delay between how quickly you can use your super. I guess that could kind of work. But maybe just like a damage or HP. I don't really know. Maybe even the dash length could just be reduced overall. That could potentially work as well. We have to be careful. There is a Frank in here with super. We're going to dodge that though very, very easily. It looks like Frank is still in here. Probably went this side. I don't know where this Frank is. Okay, there we go. I see you, buddy. We can get away just about. It does look like we need to heal up, and we need to be careful of this Colette as well, but it's me and Colette versus literally everybody here. So we're gonna try and clutch up. It looks like Colette is gonna slide in, take all of those cubes, and we should be good here. Honestly, just gonna take out this Colette. Rip to my fellow teamer, but you know, at some point you gotta pick a good time to kind of betray them, and I felt like that was a pretty good time there, and it does look like we're gonna be able to wrap it up in this one. But yeah, Stu, best brawler in the game right now, 100% needs a nerf. Okay, so next up, of course, we have Belle. Belle 100% needs a nerf as well. Has been a top top 3, top 4 brawler for a very, very long time now. And I definitely feel like Belle is deserving of a nerf. Just because, you know, Belle is just so solid all around. I feel like it's a lot easier to hit your shots as well compared to like a Piper or a Brock. The projectile speed, I think, must be faster, or it must have just a larger projectile than Brock and Piper, because it is so much easier to hit your shots compared with like other brawlers. So that's a way they could nerf Belle for sure. It's just like, oh my, we just have no ammo. What happened there? I don't know. I don't know what happened. Anyway, we're gonna go up here. Let's see if we can get somebody. Okay, 8-bit is just gonna be waiting up here. Let's put a slow thing there. Now he has to literally get slowed. He's gonna be so slow. We're gonna wait from here. He has to literally, to get out, he's gonna be so slow. Okay, there we go. There we go. Sorry, 8-bit. I had to do you dirty there. B is kind of weak. But yeah, you could nerf it just by like either nerfing the projectile speed to make it a little bit harder to hit your shot, so making that a little bit slower. Or obviously you could go the normal route with going like damage and stuff like that. The star power and gadget of Belle, they're both like not insane, right? You have this shield obviously, and you have the gadgets where you put these traps down. Neither of them are like so broken that you would think I don't know. I feel like if you nerf them, then it's not going to do anything really. I just feel like it's the shot and the kind of speed and how easy it is to hit your shots. And I feel like that is why Belle is so good. I don't really feel like there's another reason. It looks like Tara is completely one-shot right now. So we're going to go for the kill. It looks like if we actually hit that, it's probably going to bounce off Tara and tell us where she is, which it is going to do. Primo is also in there as well. I'm not teaming with these guys, but when there's like a 9 power up Tara, like you want to get that kill. So it looks like we are going to go down here. And yeah, that's going to be a wrap in this one. So let's hop into the next one. Okay, so next up we have Max. So I would love to see I'd love to see a little Max buff, because I feel like ever since that nerf, she has obviously been pretty bad. Jean's gonna waste 2 shots there with that one, or 2 shots with that one gadget. So yeah, we can actually get that kill there. But I definitely felt like the way to buff Max is just make it a tiny bit easier to get that super, because in 3v3 modes, like, I don't know, that super is everything with Max. If you get that super quickly, then it's going to make Max so much better. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I would do for Max, honestly. I think as soon as you buff that super, Max is going to be very, very good. We're actually going to dash out here. Not really sure what we were doing, but we're going to try and get some kills. If we get them low, there's potential, could be a little bit of backstab in here. It looks like there is already a little bit over here. Gale is going to be over here. Honestly, we're just going to run in to steal those cubes, because why not? And then dodge some more shots here, get another kill, and then potentially get another one over here. Okay, we can get another one. The problem now is we're going to get chased by this Frank. So we can actually dodge that. Nope, we're not about to dodge it. That's going to be a GG here. Okay, so next up, I would love to see a little nerf to Sandy. I don't know. I feel like it's potentially the gadget. It's definitely this new gadget, which is making Sandy even more meta, because the other gadget, you have to remember, was like really not that good. So as soon as you get like a kind of okay, or even a slightly good gadget, it's going to make Sandy really, really good. But that's going to be a kill for us here. We also got our super bag as well. Potentially we can score this. Obviously, we're going to try and avoid the Rico. Rico's going to end up taking us out. But yeah, I feel like this gadget is the only thing which made Sandy a little bit kind of broken in this meta. Apart from that, I just feel like Sandy's a pretty good option everywhere. It looks like my teammates were able to score in the end. But yeah, potentially nerfing this gadget. I don't know how though. Honestly, it's probably just the time that makes your enemies go to sleep, because that might be a little bit too long right now, where it's doing like a little bit too much work. But the thing is, I don't even think it's that long. Like the stun or the sleep time, which it's meant to be called, is not actually too long. So I don't feel like it's too broken. But yeah, not really sure how he'd nerf Sandy too much. Okay, well that is gonna wrap it up for the video. Of course, you could nerf Primo as well. I'm not really too worried about Primo. I feel like the nerf they did previously was pretty good. Just Primo a little bit strong in Showdown. But apart from that, I feel like Primo isn't too strong. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.